Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video and the framing of the video, we're a little bit more cozy today. I am going to be just doing a little whisper ramble video today. I have no clue what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. All I know is that it is going to be purely whispering and just kind of talking with you guys. I know that, I think that's an airplane. Okay, it was a quick one. But I know that some people really like whispered videos, like whispered rambling videos as well. I don't do a lot of whispered videos on my channel. I've actually noticed that, and it's not something that I did purposefully or did not do purposefully. I also want to say sorry about all of the background noise. I'm doing my best to film this, and this is like the 4th or 5th time I have had to try to film this because my house is just riddled with noise tonight. And believe it or not, everybody's already in bed and it's still noisy. But anyways, I digress. Oh, a little scratch. Itch, scratch, whatever. Where was I? Okay. Whispering in my videos, right? So I just have noticed that I don't really whisper in a lot of my videos, and I know that a lot of people really like whispering in ASMR videos, obviously, but I've just personally noticed that on my channel, I do a lot of like soft-spoken, or just kind of like lower volume speaking, which is fine, but I'm like, why do I not have any whispering videos on my channel? So I just wanted to film this video as an ode to whispering and the whispering trigger, since I have such a lack thereof here on my channel, but also just to kind of slow the pace of my channel down a little bit. Again, like the video in the beginning of this video, I basically prefaced by saying I don't know what I'm going to talk about, so let the video officially begin. I guess I want to talk about my channel. So I've just noticed that on my channel, my videos are a lot more like fast-paced, which is interesting to me because as someone who like watches ASMR myself, I actually really enjoy like the more slow-paced ASMR type videos. I do enjoy a lot of whispering as well myself, just being someone that watches ASMR, and I just think it's really interesting how kind of scrolling through the videos on my channel, I've just noticed that I'm like not really in that niche or that genre of ASMR that I find myself watching most often. So I don't know if that's, my natural rhythm or like my style of as an ASMR creator just kind of coming out naturally as I've been creating videos. I think it's honestly just a subconscious thing because I kind of like half-heartedly plan my videos, I guess you could say. That probably sounds really bad. I don't mean it that way. What I mean by that is like I do like put a lot of thought into my videos and I do plan my videos, but I have personally found that through my creative style of creating content, I usually don't like to create such an intense structure or plan as to like what I'm going to be filming, because I like to leave a little room for like creativity. I find that a lot of like my best stuff happens like in improvisational moments where I'm like thinking on the fly, or I'm kind of just like, let me just start and see where I'll go with this. So knowing that aspect my videos too intensely. I want to give myself some room for like creative liberty. Plus, I have personally found that for me, the more I try to like specifically plan something, the less likely it comes out that way. Or like, the more I try to like plan for something in such like an intense way, the more things. Sorry, there's a freaking mosquito flying in my room. What the heck? The more I find that I try to plan, the less things go likely to that plan. I hope I'm making sense when I say this, but it's just like the creative process with anything else in life. Everybody has their different rhythm, their different cadence, and their different preferences. And my journey here on my ASMR channel has shown me that I am kind of like one leg in, one leg out with being structured, yet not super structured. But I do want to take some time, as I am in this video, to like look back and reflect on my channel thus far and just kind of like really do a deep dive in my videos and the overall like stylistic value of my channel. Because although I like to experiment a lot and do different things on a consistent basis, I also need to remember that consistency is key. And a lot of people find comfort in expecting familiar content on a consistent basis. So, like, one thing that I have noticed, being someone that watches a lot of ASMR, a lot of ASMR creators will kind of like brand themselves as a specific type of ASMR content creation, and they will rarely stray from their own formula. So like, for example, like there's creators that I follow that strictly do like mostly roleplay videos, and it's like 90 to 95% of their channel is all just roleplay, and they put their like leg in that thing, you know what I mean? Like, they really put their everything into making like the best quality roleplay videos that they can. And then every so often they'll pepper in like other types of like trigger-based videos or something that's like not roleplay related. Or like there's a channel that I follow where they just purely do just whispering. Like, that's all they do. No other triggers. They just whisper. Or like a channel where all they do is like fast and aggressive triggers, and it's like 90% of the time that's all their videos are, and it's kind of like a different rendition of the same type of video, if that makes sense. And although, like, as the consumer of ASMR, I can appreciate knowing that if I hit up a specific channel, it's going to scratch the itch of the specific type of ASMR trigger that I'm looking for, I also can appreciate creators that kind of shake it up a bit, or they do something like out of the norm, or they do something different every so often, which I think is where I take a lot of like my own personal inspiration from my channel. When I first started my channel, I really had one goal in mind, and that goal was to create like one of the most diverse ASMR channels that are out there. Partly because I myself love to experiment with so many different creative avenues, but also partly because I felt like that was something that I didn't see a lot as an ASMR consumer. Like I said, I just found that most creators stick to a formula and rarely stray from it. So I found myself like kind of craving like more out of the box videos or ASMR videos, or at least a sense of diversity from a specific creator. And that's the reason why my channel's video repertoire is so all over the place. I know I have a couple of recurring themes going on. I know like the character that I have created, Chatty Cathy, seems to be popular. I think I only have currently 2 videos of her, but they blew up like those videos really, especially my first Chatty Cathy video, blew up. People loved her. So she is a recurring character on my channel, although I'm only 2 videos in with her. I am going to actually be uploading a video, another Chatty Cathy themed video for Christmas time, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But there are a couple of like series, like I had mentioned, like I have a couple of gaming videos. I know another really big series on my channel that I had started is the Dollar Tree organization videos. Like, you guys go feral for those, and I am so appreciative of that because it is still to this day like the most popular video I've ever uploaded. It's like one of the Dollar Tree videos in my Dollar Tree series, and it's like 14,000 views, which is insane for how small my channel is right now and how new I am in the ASMR community. And I'm so blessed and thankful for all of you who watch and comment and like and are subscribed and everything and interact with me here on YouTube. I'm so blessed and thankful and grateful for every single one of you. I truly wouldn't be here if it wasn't for any of you guys, obviously. But like I mentioned, I do have some recurring videos on my channel, but for the most part, and if you haven't done this already, I invite you to do this. But like, if you click on my channel and you just take your time scrolling through the archives of all of my uploads since I've started consistently uploading on this channel, I mean, you could probably count on one hand how many of like the same type of video I've uploaded. And I'm like just shy of approaching my 100 video mark on my channel. I'm like at like 80 something videos. I think I'm like at like 84, 85 or something like that videos. So I can't believe I've already done that many videos. It's crazy. I feel like I've been doing this now for a little over a year, posting consistently, and working on growing my channel. So I'm super thankful that I've been able to stay consistent, because again, consistency is key, and I'm very dedicated to this channel and to growing this channel and just seeing where it'll go. But yeah, sorry, that mosquito is back and it's like making me upset. That thing is really trying to get me. Well, no. So let me just bring it all. Sorry, I got a little itch. I have makeup on, that's why I'm tapping. For those of you who don't know, I'm not crazy. This is how I scratch and itch when I have makeup on. So many tangents. You guys are just getting a glimpse of my brain. This is how I am. It's terrible. But, yeah, so bringing it back full circle to the main part of the topic that I was talking about was, just the fact that I noticed that I have a lot of different videos, and they're all very like fast-paced kind of style videos. So I think I want to approach this upcoming year with the goal in mind of slowing things down a bit on my channel and like peppering in some more calm and soothing and like slow-paced videos like I am right now with this Whisper Ramble. Because I do want to create a well-rounded channel, and that does include obviously slower-paced stuff. I love the fast-paced stuff, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't want to get locked in and then ironically enough become one of those channels that I had mentioned that end up like doing that one thing and like not straying from it. And I think ironically I'm falling into that, but not in like such a specific way. Like, yeah, the type of content is dramatically different, or at least I try to keep it dramatically different from video to video, but I find that that is now becoming my consistent thing. I hope this all makes sense. I probably sound like a conspiracy theorist about my own channel right now, but I've kind of just been wanting to really like take some time to reflect on my channel, and I guess the moment and the opportunity is now, because I'm bringing those thoughts now into reality by talking about them, not just thinking about them with you guys, which is kind of cool. It's nice. So it's a dual transaction here. So I help you, you help me, and we are all one big happy family. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But yeah, thoughts and ideas and feelings. That's kind of the direction that I'm headed in for my channel. I want to kind of slow things down a bit and just do more intentional based videos, and just a little softer and a little bit more intimate style videos. I guess I can like use a very direct example of the kind of vibe that I'm trying to pick up a little bit. One of my favorite ASMR artists that I always watch, she's like my go-to, is Karuna Satori ASMR. But she is one of the people that I had first discovered ASMR through, and I've been following her for a minute. But her videos are kind of like an example of the vibe that I'm going for. She's very personal with her audience. She's very direct with the style of ASMR that she creates, and she's very intentional in her videos, and I really like that because it just conveys this sense of like comfort beyond like the triggers itself. It really does like kind of create this like suctional void as the consumer to like feel like, okay, it's just me and this content creator, and you're just able to lock in a little bit better, if that kind of makes sense. So that's like a literal example that I could like directly point a finger to of like the type of vibe that I want to create here on my channel. And another thing that I've noticed about myself, looking back on everything and just kind of like tracking my progress so far, is that and this may not necessarily come off in my videos, but I personally can sense it and feel it with myself, even when I rewatch some of my videos. But sorry, I'm adjusting my leg. I have found that I tend to feel the need to like always fill like open space, or like, how do I say this, like sometimes I get really awkward on camera. I get really like uncomfortable on camera, or like I don't quite know how to like fill the air, and I feel like I need to like constantly perform a certain type of way, or like do something like every second of the video. But I need to like learn to just like take a deep breath and know that the camera works on my time and not the other way around. So I think a lot of that also comes from the fact that like I'm in an environment right now where there's a lot of external factors that prevent me from like filming my videos in a more relaxed manner, because the fact that I still live at home and I have a super busy schedule, I have very limited time to be able to like film my videos. So when I do film, I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself to A, get it done in a timely manner, and B, like just get it on the first take and don't make any mistakes, and make it like the best that you can make it, and fill like every second that you are given with something, some sort of usable content, which I mean is a great motivational mindset to have. But I think it does tend to like lead to a bit of like toxicity in the creative space within myself, because now it's putting such a tremendous pressure on me to produce something from a very like tense place. And I think that you can pick that up on camera, or at least I've noticed that when I've kind of skimmed through my own videos. I point of these videos is to help people relax. So it's kind of defeating the purpose if I'm like filming with this like air or energy of being kind of tense and stressful and like hurry, 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 get it right type of vibe. I mean, it's a slippery slope trying to evaluate yourself, because on one hand, we do have like the duality of being able to look at ourselves from an outside perspective when reviewing certain things. But on the other hand, we can't be that far removed from our own sense of self when perceiving ourselves and critiquing ourselves, simply because we still live in our own like self and perspective. So it's like you can see yourself as somebody else does by filming yourself and rewatching it, but you're still going to be looking at it to a degree with the same lens of, well, I'm me. I can't unknow or unfeel the things that I'm currently going through. So I don't know if I'm making any sense. I feel like I'm getting really like meta with this, but I'm just trying to explain as best as I can like what goes on in the inner machinations of my mind. But yeah, this is why it's so important for people to comment and share your thoughts and feelings, because I can sit here and comb through my own work with a fine-tooth comb and be as harsh and as judgmental with myself as I can be. But when you get stuck in the loop of your own thoughts, it's not as constructive as it would be if you welcomed an outside opinion and you had that outside perspective to bounce those thoughts and opinions off of. So it's kind of like when you're dealing with a problem and you just keep mulling it over in your head, and you're going to try your best to see it from all perspectives, but you're just going to end up driving yourself crazy because you can't escape you. But what you can do is you can invite someone from the outside in to give you an outside perspective. But this video is beginning to get very deep and again, just meta, and I apologize for that, but let's kind of move on from that general topic and slip into another general topic. So, speaking of my channel and the kind of path that I want to create getting into this next year, another form of media that I consume a lot of are podcasts, specifically like video podcasts. I like to be able to see as well as listen. But I've had this idea bombling around in my head for a little while now, and I figured this Whisper Ramble video would be a great way to kind of test it out a little bit, but also run it by you guys and see what you guys have to say and feel about it. But I think it would be really fun to do a ASMR podcast series here on my channel, where maybe like starting off like once a month, I can upload a podcast episode that's like about a good hour long of just me doing this, just sitting in front of the camera, grabbing the mic, and just whispering and talking to you guys about whatever topic it is that I want to talk about in the video. I think it would be extremely fun and strangely therapeutic for myself to have an outlet for a lot of like my personal thoughts and opinions about just anything, and just things that I would want to personally talk about, but not necessarily have a place to put them or people to talk about them with. I don't know if that's something that would interest you guys. I know that I haven't really shared too much about myself personally here on this channel, or really showed too much of my personality thus far. I do a lot of like characters and just kind of like So I definitely am like presenting a certain type of way. So I feel like you don't really get to see a lot of like the true, oh my gosh, sorry, the freaking bug just like flew right in my face. I feel like you guys don't really get to see a lot of like the true me. I'm so sorry, it's trying to attack me. Yeah, I just feel like you guys don't get to see a lot of the real me. Not to get cheesy, but yeah, like my true personality. And I think the podcast would be a great leeway into not only kind of like helping me to be a little bit more natural and comfortable on camera, to break through those barriers that I talked about earlier, but I think it'll also be a great way for us to connect and to get a little personal, just human to human, and talk about just anything in life, and at the very least just kind of like help make connections and make people feel like, you know, hey, if you share in this opinion or if you share in this thought, like you're not alone, or open up room for discourse and dialogue in the comments where people can like, you know, challenge my thoughts or opinions about certain things and lead into like healthy conversation about that. Like I'm so down for that. I'm big on like discussions and deep conversations and getting very like, yeah, like I just love getting deep with a lot of things, and I feel like my mind is craving that. This bug will not leave me alone. So yeah, the podcast idea is something that I've been thinking about for a little while now, and I would really like to do it. I would really like to explore it. And like I said, just use it as a catalyst to create a deeper connection with you guys. You know, show a little bit more of my true personality on camera, and yeah, just kind of like help me break through those personal barriers of like becoming more comfortable on camera and just finding my groove, so to speak. So let me know if that's something that you guys would like to see. Let me know if that's like something that you feel like is a little too saturated with, you know, in the world of YouTube and podcasting. Like, I feel like it's true, like everybody has a podcast now. Like everybody has a podcast. But I don't know. It's just an idea that came to me, and it's kind of been bobbling around in my brain and hasn't left me. So that tells me that it's something that I should look into possibly exploring. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this slower paced, more personal whisper ramble video. I genuinely did not know what I was going to talk about when I hit record on my camera, but I'm kind of glad that the topic opened itself up in the way that it did, because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I of course welcome your guys's perspective on that, and just everything. Comment, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload next, all the good stuff. But thank you so much for tuning in. Sending everybody love, sending everybody light.